Here with Gary from the Cleerline SSF, which is the fiber optic group, and they sell fiber optic cable. Gary, can you tell us a bit about how fiber optic is used in homes at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing that's driving the fiber in the home right now is the requirement for increased bandwidth, both on the network and also in video distribution as well. Obviously, with standard HDMI as it exists today, we're already at 18 gigabit per second. But with tomorrow's generation, HDMI 2.1, we go up to 48 gigabit per second. And so we now manufacture HDMI cables that utilize our fiber that can carry that 48 gigabit per second, but also the network. I mean, everything that sits on a network is scrambling for data, and fiber is really the only way to manage that data throughout the home.
So it's just as people are watching Netflix and their movies, they want to watch it in the best quality possible, and we still need to use wires to send that signal down. So
ideally, yeah. I mean, the Wi-Fi networks really can't handle. They can do 1 or 2 streams of that, but if you get a decent-sized family home where several different people want to stream information at the same time, that's when you're going to start running into issues with the Wi-Fi being the main connection.
And what would you say are the other uses for fiber in the home at the moment, other than video?
The network. I mean, the network in general. We've got so many connected devices. Obviously, we've got more and more managed and unmanaged switches. To be able to carry that data from switch to switch and around the home, we've got so many devices hungry for bandwidth that the fiber really is going to give you that reliability when it comes to a connected system. And
you have a very unique solution when it comes to fiber in how simple it is to terminate. Can you demonstrate that for us?
Absolutely, yeah, we can. Yeah, so it boils down to, if you want to show us the camera down here, it boils down to this here. We have a proprietary polymer that goes around our glass core and cladding. And what that gives us is the ability to make the fiber very strong, safe and fast. So that's the SSF of the name. It's stronger to handle, it's safer to handle, and it's quicker to terminate. So if I put the boot on the end of my fiber here, I'm just going to take my regular fiber strippers, nip a couple of inches of the jacket off the end, and now I can kind of push the Kevlar strength members here away. I can flick that out of the way and expose the fiber. I wouldn't normally do that with a regular fiber because it could break. And now, again, because of that polymer underneath, I can actually scratch off that soft peel here. So you can see here, I can scratch that off between finger and thumb. There's a blue, you can see the blue covering on there is coming off between my fingers. There's no precise measurements to this. Unlike with regular fiber, I would need to be very careful about measuring down all the different layers. So with this one, the only measurement I care about is the measurement where I'm going to cut it, and that's a measurement from the end of the jacket to the point where I cleave it. And for this particular connector, an SC connector, that needs to be a 28mm cleave. So I just lay that fiber down into the cleaver here, slide it back and forth to the 28mm point, and that's the distance from there to the cleave wheel. Close the cleaver and cut it. Now I've got a nice clean cleave on the end there. So I'm going to insert the fiber into the connector. And as I do so, you'll see this window here will go dark. You'll see the light travel down the window, goes dark. I can hold the fiber in place. So I've got a minimal amount of attenuation here. I'm going to lock that in place and my window remains dark. I'm just going to relax the fiber down flat in the back of the connector, close the crocodile clip. Now I'm going to pull that Kevlar off to the side. I'm going to capture that Kevlar into the thread here. That gives me strain relief at the back. Using my Kevlar shears, I can trim the rest of that Kevlar off. Tighten down the boot, and now with the SC connector it comes with this cover that slides on like that. The biggest benefit being for installation is that you can literally tie our fiber in a knot and not worry about it breaking, because that polymer that I told you about provides us with such extreme strength that we don't have to worry about bending the product. So that's the unique aspect to Cleerline fiber. From a safety perspective, if I just trim that off again, I can show you. If I expose that raw fiber there, and again scratch off that coating, normally with a regular fiber optic cable I'd be very careful not to poke myself, because being glass, you don't want glass shards to break off in your hand. Ours is completely safe. If I do poke myself, it's completely safe. I can teach somebody how to terminate our fiber in less than 5 minutes.
It's an incredible product, and one that we use regularly on our projects. Typically on home renovations, we install fiber optic cable to each TV point, and on large properties we run it to extend the network and install long-range CCTV cameras. So there's some incredible products here. Cleerline have been doing this for a few years now, and they're experts at it.
We're close to 10 years old now.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time, Gary.
No problem, thank you.